The new world of work, fueled by rapid technology enhancements, is transforming organizations around the globe. In the digital workplace, the rules of the game have changed, allowing you to get your job done from anywhere. My name is Ulrika Hedlund. I'm passionate about technology and the impact it can have on our lives. In this video series, I'll share my expertise to help you succeed in the digital workplace. A few days ago, my heart nearly stopped when I looked down into my Contacts app on my iPhone and saw that it was empty. I immediately opened Outlook on my laptop, but couldn't see the contacts there either. Luckily, the issue was solved a few minutes later, and the thousands of contacts were restored. But it gave me a wake-up call, and it made me realize how valuable and how vulnerable this information is. It also made me think about the many people who don't trust technology, who prefer to have this information safely written down by hand in a paper-based address book or calendar. In today's digital workplace, you can't depend on a paper-based address book or calendar to get your job done. To succeed in the digital workplace, you need to be able to connect with others with a click of a button, see your daily appointments wherever you are, and easily share your availability with others. Most people I know that work in an information-based industry have already swapped their paper-based filofaxes and paper-based calendars and address books for a digital one. But when I ask friends and family members how they manage their digital contacts and calendar across various phones, computers, and different email accounts, many of them don't have a good answer. Many people I know waste a lot of valuable time by manually typing in information from one phone to the other. Perhaps you, just like me, will fall victim of a simple mistake that makes your heart skip a beat. In this episode of our video blog, I'll give you some recommendations for how you can manage your digital address book in your calendar to make sure that you don't lose any sleep at night over an empty address book or having lost your calendar. Tip number 1. Select a primary account for your contacts and your calendar. In the previous episode of the video blog Succeed in the Digital Workplace, I showed you how you can set up 2 different accounts to separate between your private and your work-related documents and email communication. If you want to keep your work and your personal life completely separate, then you can do the same for your address book and your calendar. You have one account for all your private contacts and your private appointments, and you have another account for your work-related contacts and appointments. However, this can be quite tricky to manage, especially having 2 separate calendars. You might end up accepting a work-related appointment at the same time as your kids' school play. So to play it safe, I recommend that you have a single account, at least for your calendar. I keep all my contacts and my calendar appointments in my primary work account. Our company uses Office 365, but there are many other solutions like Google, iCloud, Yahoo, and Outlook.com. All these are cloud-based services which enable you to access this information across devices over the internet. Tip number 2. Configure all of your apps to use this primary account for your contacts and your calendar. Once you've decided which is your primary account, you need to configure your various apps, whether you're using Outlook, Windows Calendar and People, the Outlook mobile app, or your iOS or Android phone's native address book and calendar apps to use your primary account. Tip number 3. Keep a single master copy of your contacts list and your calendar. If you have contact details stored in other locations, such as private email account or on a SIM card in a mobile phone, you need to copy this information over into your primary account address book. You can find links to support articles on how to do this on our blog post on Storyals.com. If you have other appointments jotted down on a wall calendar or written down in a paper-based calendar, make sure to copy these into your digital calendar in your primary account. You can then access a single version of your calendar across devices. Tip number 4. Make sure all changes are synchronized. Since you're accessing your contacts and your calendar across various devices, you need to make sure that any changes you make in these devices are synchronized back to the master copy in the cloud. For instance, if you change the phone number to the plumber in your phone's Contacts app, you want the same phone number to be there when you look up the plumber in Outlook on your computer. If you're using the Outlook mobile app, you need to make sure to go to Settings, and for your primary account, select to save or synchronize contacts to your phone. This way, you make sure that all the information and any updates are kept in sync. Tip number 5. Back up your contacts and your calendar from time to time to a local hard drive. Even though the cloud is a safer place than any paper-based address book or calendar, it might still be wise to make a backup copy of this information from time to time. What if you're using your work account for all of this information and God forbid you're unexpectedly fired and access to all company data is immediately shut off? One way to create a copy of your contacts and calendar is to do an export from Outlook to a local PST file. You can easily import this information again into Outlook and copy over any contacts or calendar appointments into a new account. For step-by-step guidance on how to do this, check out the links on the blog post on Storyals.com. So what had I done, you might ask, to make all my contacts disappear? Well, I recently switched my primary account, and when I was copying all of my information over to that account, I accidentally copied them to the wrong account. Luckily, when I noticed my human error, I could restore all of that information. I hope that by providing you with these tips, I'll be able to give you peace of mind and that your address book and your calendar will stay intact no matter what.